Hey everyone, it's Flamingo Writer here once again, and long time no see, I guess you could say. Yeah, August has always been a packed one for me since God knows how long. Yeah, honestly though, when it gets right down to it, I myself have been pretty packed with August, not just with this year, but every August I've been going through though. It's safe to say that August is not my month, even if some of my friends do have their birthdays in there. But regardless, I'm here now, and honestly, while the rest of the month I'll be taking off because there's a lot of something I have to take care of in real life. September, I hope to, God, I'll be back with a video. But even with that said, it's not going to be a pretty month for personal reasons I don't want to get into right now. So, with that said, however, let's take about a look at the take-ons. As I said before, though, I've been doing these take-ons for a while now, and honestly though, there's only about 6 more by the time this recording ends though. Yeah, you're probably thinking I should take more requests, which honestly I have someone at the back of my head right now for researching last night before I went to bed. But honestly though, when it gets right down to it, I don't want to speak too much on my mind as is when it comes right down to it though. Normally I would come around saying that you can request me anything, no, but for right now, I'm not gonna do that right here and now. I want to get these 6 requests done, and honestly the one I'm taking a look at today happens to be one that somehow got on my homepage. That user being Sensist2011, not to be confused with Sensist2010. Yeah, and for the simplicity of this video, we're just going to refer to them as the numbers because honestly I have to get to say that's really what I have to go by. Now, for those of you who are wondering who Sensist2011 is, she's interesting. I say this as in somebody who looked at her page, and honestly, I did not like most of what I've seen so far, though. Yeah, most of what I've seen so far of her videos and community posts are really something that I don't know what to say about it other than she just says she's Filipino and so much more that's really gone to the point of that. Now, some of my fans are probably familiar with this user because as far as I'm aware, she's one of those users that keeps coming back even though she got the terminated before, and she came back in February. Now, fun fact, I actually did know about her back in February of this year. Yeah, and it's pretty clear to me that this year was not a happy year for me for reasons I'll probably put in the community page when I get to it soon. But needless to say, it was not really something I was hoping against though. Now, since it's 2011, I don't care if she watches my video. Chances are I'll just block the woman anyway. I'll block the girl anyway. But honestly though, the reason why I'm saying this to you guys is because if you don't already know, she does Rule 34 images. Yeah, are we sure this ain't a sock puppet account of Madeline Hatter? Okay, to be fair, there have been many sock puppet accounts though. Seriously, why didn't you have to terminate Jasmine after that though? Anyways, when it comes right down to it, Sensist2011 is one of those users that not only does she create CP, but she also creates these here pages where she asks if they love her. Yeah, I'll probably have to categorize them in the fashion way because honestly, if I go through one by doing that, it won't be as disjointed as it could be though. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know the Rule 34 by now, but as someone who's seen a lot of Rule 34 images off this here site though, I have no idea how they don't get a community guideline strike. Now I hear some of my audience saying that this is probably because they have, well, maybe better followers or bigger users and so on and so forth, but honestly that really doesn't qualify anything because when it gets right down to it, most of the time when researching for this individual, I could not care less about Sensist2011, even if she does more than what actually meets. Because most of the time when looking at her page, I don't see anything about her page that screams her content is anything from me. I mean, I can guess you could say for a kid, she's just doing this to poke fun at other people, but that doesn't sound right to me. And considering that I've seen so much other worse images online, not just on YouTube, but other images as well, this is one case where I have to huge rant on my sleeve. First of all, isn't YouTube known for having community guideline strikes here and there? Now we can already hear some of my folks on the audience saying that they only give that out whenever they violate their policies, but that's what I'm saying as well. Like, some of these users, 2011 and in particular, seems to always spread around CP though, including Doki. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Doki is a dog who happens to be part of a cartoon at the time though. Now, I didn't watch the show a lot as a kid because honestly, most from it were commercials, but I did watch some of the show for preparation of this video, and it's harmless. It's edutainment, but it's harmless for what I can tell though. And to add to this though, I couldn't really watch too many episodes before making this video. Despite doing this though, I feel bad for the people who get their childhoods ruined, not just by 2011, but by anyone out there though. Yeah, and 2010, I will get to you in a bit in this video. Just hold on, I don't have bad words to say for you though, but I need to address some things here and there though. One thing I will say about 2011 is that she's actually one of those users I could not think of more than just saying she's just doing this in spite of all the attention she gets. But it's also pretty clear to me that she's one of those users that I don't think it's a safe bet that she's only doing this despite all of what she's done so far though. Now, could write down that she's probably doing this because she doesn't have anything else to do and she's also going back to school soon. But even with that said, however, that doesn't excuse her behavior though. In a world where a lot of kids are on the internet today, we have access to do whatever we can on the internet, and honestly, if we behave ourselves, no one will bother us. And to be fair, that's what I've seen on the internet though. And this is coming from someone who started the internet when I was only around, like, say, 12 years old. I didn't know what I was doing, and honestly, considering the fact that I've only seen some disgusting behaviors here and there though, I never really engaged with it, mostly due to the fact that I didn't have an account, and what's more, I wasn't old enough at the time though. I think this was during the time when YouTube did have their priorities at the time though, when they didn't violate systems here and there, I guess you could say. But even with that said, there were still malicious people out there, not just in the real world, but in the internet as well. But 2011, like I said before, she's been terminated before, and somehow she keeps coming back. Why though? I mean, sure, you could definitely infer this for yourself though, and maybe predict a few occasions here and there that maybe she just wants to get back at her brother 2010, but I'm not sure what to think of that other than this is just malicious behavior. And to the people who do support this channel, why though? I mean, aside from a person who does nothing but shit talk you behind your back and in front of your own chest, and then go so far as to say that you're not liking for what it is though. 2011, I don't care who you are, that's not how behaving actually gets to you though. Yeah, I'm not really your mother, I'm not your aunt or grandmother or anything in the wreckage though, but I am saying this as in somebody who witnessed too much at a time though. I mean, I didn't notice it's 2011 until I started doing research of it back then when I got this request. But even then, it bothers me that I don't think the requester is on YouTube anymore. Mostly for one of two reasons. Either they deleted their channel or they got terminated permanently and they can't come back afterwards. I did hear some people say it's the latter, though honestly I can't tell whether or not that's true or not though. Despite that, however, though, 2011 also goes so far as to do those posts where if she goes so far as to say if they like her or not though. Like the people who don't watch her channel or anything like that. From what I gather though, her channel is, well, something I can at least say to the very least of my lungs though. I never cared once about her channel. There was nothing about it that really got me saying that she has anything special, and what's more, it just felt like I was just watching nothing except making my blood boil. Yeah, I think you can already tell that this video is going to be as calm as it is though, but to give you a basic idea of what that's like, a friend of mine in real life said that there's only trolls out there that'll do anything for attention. And you know what? That's true. Trolls will do anything for attention. But when it comes to deleting comments, yeah, I don't think they would delete the comments though. But if they do, then chances are they can't take criticism. Like seriously, 90% of the time, they don't take criticism, and what's more, they just think that we're being abusive, though. Now, there's two different types of criticism, as someone once pointed out before me. There's destructive criticism, and there's constructive criticism. If anything, no, the former of those two, you already know what they're like, though. When you get destructive criticism, of course it's gonna hurt. It's more like harsh feedback than anything. But when you get constructive criticism, it's more like it helps you out along the way, though. That said, however, it doesn't really lose sight of the fact of what they were trying to do here anyways, though. 2011 is one of those users that I could not care less about how much she wants to say that people like her. I'm not sure if this is due to the narcissism or anything, but the point is, 2011 just doesn't seem to get that. Just because you post one post all the time, though, doesn't mean it's gonna do anything for you. That would be like me saying, are people angry? Are people angry? Are people angry again? And like over and over like a broken record. And it gets to the point where it gets annoying after a while. And honestly, that's what I think of 2011 in a nutshell. She's annoying. She doesn't know what she's doing half the time, and she also kind of talks down and hurts her brother to the point where it feels like attempted bullying from a sibling. And speaking of 2010, though, yeah, let's talk about this guy. One thing's for sure, though, I need to make one thing absolutely clear. If you do stumble upon 2010 like I have, though, try not to bully him. As far as I'm aware, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just minding his own business. From what I can tell, his channel keeps getting deleted a lot of the times, though. Maybe it's because 2011 and him are real-life siblings. I have no idea. Doing the research for this video, I have no idea if they're supposed to be siblings or if they're supposed to be online siblings. I can't confirm that. What I can confirm you is how much 2010 is going through hell with this user, and because 2011 is so goddamn bitchy about the stuff that's thrown out against her, though, we're supposed to feel sorry for her. 2011, you do realize you're hurting 2010 more and more. It couldn't be more to the breaking point, though. This is coming from someone who's been bullied a lot, though. Not from siblings, though I did have some occasion where I did get name dropped at times, though. But I'm saying on this time, you really need to leave 2010 alone, because he didn't really do anything to cause this drama. As far as I can tell, though, he's one of those users that just doesn't seem to have more of it would go on ways. And to add to the cherry of this crappy ass Sunday, says 2010 is going through more hell than one could ever and never have the pain, though. And when it comes right down to it, though, 2010, when I look at his channel, yeah, there are reactions to some sorts and all that stuff, though, but at least he never went so far as to say that he went and to go ahead and threaten people. What I can tell, though, 2010 is really the pure innocent of two, whereas 2011, she couldn't spell pure innocent even if it was in a dictionary. Yeah, you can definitely tell this is definitely not a user you want to associate with. But I have to ask, why does she do this all the time? Like, so much so more to the breaking point that it feels like a kind of hook of anything, though. I'm not going to be one of those people that wants to bat shit insane when it comes right down to it. But honestly, though, it's really come to my knowledge, as much as I hate to fully aware of it, though, it's really come to the point where it's tiring after a while. And by the time I'm making this recording, while having over 1,500 subs, and while still people follow her, I still don't understand how is that kind of relevant for what it is, though. And looking at her posts, not just her video, but anything really, it seems like she can't get enough of something like, say, Sonia Panda and Aerodog 2012 blank without PG each other? What? Yeah. I don't mean this as in this is just me saying shit out of my mouth. I'm saying this as in she puts in random posts that could have gave her a guideline strike, though. So what this essentially amounts is, hey, because you're back on YouTube, we'll let you do whatever you want. While others, we can just take their lungs. It doesn't help that YouTube just doesn't fucking care at this point. Like, I swear to God, if you couldn't hate YouTube being inconsistent and more to the breaking point, I swear to God. And it's also pretty obvious that YouTube just doesn't give a shit, even to the most innocent people out there. I've checked out bad people on these take-ons that I'm surprised I it didn't grow any tumor or to shorten my breath any longer, though. I mean, when you have users like this person, 2011, it's no wonder why so many people want to talk about them and say why they go so far as it is. And you wonder why people hate you, 2011. And to the other take ons I say it so far, though, I'm not going to be one of those people that say they deserve the hate, relevant or not, though. But I am saying this since somebody who witnessed a lot of people who went too far with themselves, though. Like, if anything, it's best to behave yourself, not just us in real life, but anywhere you go. No, though, whether it's the internet or anything like that, though. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that 2011 just loves to bully people. Not just 2010, but anyone out there, though, to the point where it's obvious that she just couldn't care less of the image that she's taking into herself, though. If she took accountability and responsibility and at least go to fucking school to do her job, I wouldn't have that much of a problem with her as is, though. But the problem I see here is that she just doesn't care. She doesn't listen. She doesn't even take notes into saying that, yeah, it's not in the best interest to do so already, though. Now, originally I was gonna end the video here, but honestly, there is one thing I have to say to 2010. 2010, I really do feel sorry for you. You don't deserve this. As far as I'm concerned, you really need help. Like, more help than ever before, though. And it's clear to me that a lot of the cases, though, no one deserves this. Like, at all. Even if you could make the argument that 2010 could be the relevant twin or something like that, though, that doesn't mean twins will always copy each other, though. Let's be honest. If it was me who had a twin, it would have been far too more troubling, though. Need to remind you, 2011 just does this for attention seeking and a lot of other stuff, though. Goes to show you how fucking blunt you can be at times, though. And when it comes right down to it, I'll say this right here and now. I'm not ashamed to admit I can be blunt at times, though. I'll fully admit that. But at least I'll try to be as honest as I can without hurting people's backbones. Because sometimes if you hurt that much, though, it's gonna affect that person. And not just that person, but you can hurt yourself if you actually have a conscience. To the people who don't have a conscience, I don't think I need to say anything about that, though. Given the fact that's how much 2011 discussed, not just 2010 or anyone who's done videos on her, it's no secret that this person just wants to hide behind her face and think we're supposed to forgive and love her after that, though. Yeah, I don't care what you say since this 2011, this is not the way it's supposed to go. Now, some people may be thinking, is this the end of the part, though, where I have to close off? While I don't have that much to say about 2011, I'm just sad that this may be the last video I'll be doing in August, though. I don't want to do this because, honestly, I've been doing too many breaks here and there, but when you have a life that's as busy as the one you have, though, there's so much you can do, though. Next week, I have something else planned for myself, though, in real life, and I was gonna do something that's supposed to be a warning video because there's a user I need to discuss about, but it's not really a take on. It's more like a warning video, of anything to judge by, though. And you probably are wondering, who is it? Well, tell you. In September, I'll be doing a video on the subject matter because, honestly, he's been going through my skull enough as it is. But until then, since 2011, just stay off the internet. The internet is definitely not a place you should be at. As for everyone else, including 2010, I hope you all stay safe, and hopefully when I come back in September, I won't have too many breaks here and there, but it really depends, since, oh boy, too many things keep happening with me this year, though. And I really do hope you all stay safe. Anyways, this is Flamingo Writer, signing off, and as always, stay Flamingo-tastic. See you around.